If you have straight lashes that don't hold a curl easily, this video is for you. I struggle with that myself every single day, so I thought it was about time to do a video dedicated to that to show you how I curl my lashes and give them length and volume and keep them curled all day. You really can't see my lashes until I curl them and put mascara on them. And I've shared tips here and there in random videos, but I figured having it all in one video would be way more helpful for you. So today I'm showing you what I do every single day and what to do if you do everything right and something goes wrong, because that actually happened to me on one eye when I was filming. So I hope you find this video helpful if keeping your lashes curled during the day is a struggle for you like it is for me. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and let's get into it. I start by curling my first eye with a lash curler. This is the Refer 20R. It works really well for my eye shape. I first pump it as close to my lash line as I can get it a couple of times, and then I release it and pump it 3 or 4 more times as I'm walking the lash curler towards the end of my lashes. This random hand movement here is just a break to show you I'm now walking the curler back down my lashes from the end, pumping it and releasing it the same way we already did, working up the lashes. Only this time we're working our way back down to the lash line, and right at the end I give it a tighter squeeze and tilt it up a bit for a bit of a flare. Now, because my lashes are kind of wimpy and thin, you may not be able to see much of a difference yet. Next, we're going to take a nice reliable waterproof mascara and very lightly coat the lashes we just curled. This serves as a priming layer that holds your curl underneath non-waterproof mascaras. If you're like me and have really stubborn lashes, most mascara primers straighten your curl back out, whereas this holds your curl. You don't need any technique for volume and length. We just want to make sure every lash, or as many lashes as possible, are coated. You also don't have to apply this right at the root of your lashes if you don't want to, if you're worried about having waterproof mascara in that area. The purpose of this step for me after it's completed is to have my lashes appear and function like people who have lashes that hold a curl when I get to the non-waterproof mascara application step. I have pretty thin lashes that clump easily, so you're going to see me declumping them with a wire lash comb in this video. I always use a wire lash comb like this one from Tweezerman, but I do have a dupe sourced for you too down in my description box. Everything that I am sharing in this video is sourced for you either through YouTube or in my description box. I want this initial layer of mascara to appear as close to natural lashes as possible, so I'm going to separate these lashes as much as I can. The key to combing through your lashes is to catch them when they're 70 to 80% dry. You don't want to wait until they're fully dry or you risk pulling lashes out, and if you do it when they're too wet, you don't really accomplish much of anything. Brush any mascara dust away with an eyeshadow or a face brush, and we can move on to the other eye, pumping that lash curler nice and tight close to the lash line and gently walking it out towards the end of your lashes, pumping it 2 or 3 times as you go and continuing to pump it and release it as you walk it back down towards your lash line. And when I get to the lash line, or right at the lash line, I give it a good squeeze with a bit of a tilt for that slight flare. Now, I don't always tight line, but I know a lot of people like to do it to enhance their lashes and thicken them. So I'll show you on this eye how I comfortably do it when I do it. You can take any long wearing eyeliner and an angled brush. You can also use eyeshadow and swipe the brush in the eyeliner to get a really fine line. I find this to be easier and quicker and more comfortable than taking a pencil into my lash line. A thin, soft brush like the one I'm using stays very localized to the root of the lashes and doesn't also go into your waterline, so you have to worry about clogging oil glands that need to function and lubricate your eye. And because of the length, you cover more area at once than you can with a pencil. You can go in from the bottom, straight in, or from the top, whatever works for you. If you feel like you lost a bit of curl during that step, you can hit the base of your lashes again with the lash curler, but you may not need to. I'm applying that same light priming waterproof layer of mascara to this eye the same way I did the other eye, using basically no technique, just making sure every lash is covered as best I can. And I'm also combing through or declumping this eye the exact same way, so I am speeding through this part pretty quickly so we can move forward to the next step. Now we're going to take a volumizing, lengthening mascara, whatever type of mascara that you like, and I'm starting by lightly lightly and gently coating underneath my lashes and the tips of my lashes. And then I wiggle the wand back and forth a couple times just to coat my lashes before I start rolling it forward and up through my lashes. I think this looks kind of creepy, but there's something about rolling my eye back that helps the mascara coat my lashes better and give them more length and volume. I don't know what it is. But remember what I said at the beginning, how something went wrong during this video? This was the step when it happened. This is a very new, very wet formula. I don't usually apply this much of this mascara, but I kept combing it through my lashes over and over and over because I was trying to get the results that I usually get, because I usually love this formula for length and volume after it's been open about a week or two. And it was just too fresh of a tube. So I loaded my lashes down with way too much mascara, which meant it took me a while to comb through them to get all the clumps out. By the way, if you happen to get any mascara on your eyelids during this process, wait for it to dry and then scrape it off with a spoolie. It's very quick and easy. So I did lose some of the curl on this eye, but we're going to fix it in a minute. First, I'm going to switch up formulas for this eye to Jones Road. It's great for fluffy volume and length, and I know this is not going to flatten out my lashes. It's not a brand new tube. It's been open for a bit, but even if it was new, it doesn't start out as a heavy wet formula right away anyway. So this eye is going to give you a better picture of a seamless everyday application of what I do on a daily basis, basically. After hitting the front tips and back of my lashes with that first coat, I comb them out and I apply a second coat and comb it out too. And the lashes on this eye look lifted and curled and will stay that way all day. So to fix the lift on this eye, we're just going to dust a small amount of translucent powder on the lash curler so it won't stick to the base of our lashes. And I gently squeeze the curler for a few seconds at the base of my lashes, tilting it backwards slightly for that lift. I do that a couple of times and that does the trick. And if I have any clumps to get out, I gently comb through them with my lash comb if needed. And now it's time to apply bottom lash mascara. I don't like a heavy application on my bottom lashes. That's a personal preference. I usually use a mascara with a slimmer wand. This is Benefit Roller Lash. My description box link will have some other lower lash mascara options I enjoy using too. And I just kind of apply it so that my lower lashes are covered to my satisfaction using the tip of the wand, the side of the wand, whatever works best. There's no real method to the madness when it comes to my teeny tiny bottom lashes. And this is the end result. Not too bad for stick straight, wimpy, thin lashes that you can barely see before we started. I slowed down some clips during this video and I was talking through it to show you what to do, but it's actually a pretty fast process when you're just doing your makeup every day. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you have suggestions for future tutorials. I would like to incorporate them more in 2026 if the views are here, if you guys are actually watching them and enjoying them, that is. If you found this video helpful, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thank you, as always, for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!